Hey guys, good morning. It is really early for me to do a live, but I had some things that were on my mind as far as multiple sclerosis was concerned. So I put in the description that MS collides with every part of your life, and it's best to be prepared. And here is why. So, for those of you who do not know me, that I am Miss Grace Glamour and Grit, and that Miss is capitalized for the MS, and how we have to make sure that in having multiple sclerosis, you still have to carry your grace, your glamour, and your grit. I can't be anyone but myself. I love makeup, although I did not stop to put it on this morning. I love makeup. I love fancy things, clothes, shoes, and I can't go away from that. That is who I am. But I'm on vacation right now, and I've realized that some things with multiple sclerosis have collided with my vacation or become an eye opener. So let's get to the first thing. Let's talk about grace. We need to have the grace to do self care. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. You have to have grace to be aware of what it is you need and not put everyone else in front of you. And I noticed today, hi Anthony, you've been surviving MS for 3 years. I have had MS for probably, and I always say probably because they wanted to diagnose me in 93, but they didn't diagnose me until 2000. It's crazy. But yes, surviving with MS means that you have to put yourself first. It's kind of like when you're on the airplane and they say, put your mask on first and then help the person next to you. So this morning I had a choice, and this is going to seem so minute, but it was big to me. I had a choice of what fragrances I was going to use when I was in the shower. And I thought to myself, oh, I think he'll like this fragrance, my boyfriend. And I was like, oh, I think he'll like this best, right? And I thought to myself, I stopped and I was like, but what do you like the best? What will wake you up this morning, Roxanne? What will just set you on fire? And it's right here because the lotion is right here. It's called You're the One. Funny, huh? It's You're the One. And I think I need to realize I am. It doesn't matter if anyone else chooses me to be the one. It doesn't matter if anyone else says the words that I need to hear. I need to say it to myself. I need to be happy and pleased with me. And that was an eye opener this morning because I was just like, why are you worried about whether or not he likes this smell? Which one do you like? Get the one that you like. Because it just makes me feel pretty. And I like to stay in that realm in my head because I act differently. So as far as the MS is concerned, I feel like I saw a little bit of self-care and what it would do for me. Doesn't matter that I have the drop foot. It doesn't matter that I'm having difficulty getting my leg over the bathtub because we're in an Airbnb in the bathtub. It's up high. It doesn't matter all of those things. What matters is that I feel good about me, and it will help me to go ahead and do things differently. You have to have the grace to feel that way. As far as holding myself down and making sure that I do things that I would do when I'm with my girls, when I'm with my business besties, they make sure that they hold me down and are aware of the things that I am avoiding. Glamour, pictures, pictures of me having fun on my trip. They make sure that every picture that they take of me or me and them or of them or an activity that we're doing, we're always taking pictures because we post how much fun we're having somewhere. And you got diagnosed, when you were 43, took your walking ability fast. Exactly. You come first and stay strong. Thank you. I'm definitely trying to stay strong. At 43, that is late in life. And my ability to walk, Anthony, is so weird because when I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, when I was fully diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2000, I went to the doctor because my whole right side was numb and tingly. And I didn't understand. And I was dragging my foot. And when I was driving, I literally had to just have my hand on the steering wheel. It was just on it because I'm a right hander and the right side of my body just gave out on me. It is what I am struggling to this day, what I struggle with to this day. So my drop foot is on the right side. My tingling is on the right side. I feel like I drag everything on the right side. And I have to be sure to remind myself, first, the self-care, and second, that it doesn't matter. I mean, do you know how strong we are to have to go out in front of people with the difficulties that we have? I mean, come on. It takes a lot of courage to have multiple sclerosis. I feel like I'm always dragging my leg. I swear I'm going to make a t-shirt. On the back it says, it's MS. I'm okay. Or I'm okay. It's MS. Because I feel like people are looking at me when I'm in a wheelchair or have to use my walker or I have to use a cane. And they're like, you're not old. I feel like people are like, are you making this up? No, I have to use it. And I feel like I have to identify what it is that I have, but I remember that it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. It only matters what I need and that I take care of what my needs are. So, as far as the glamour is concerned, maybe it's just that when I'm with my business besties, they're so glamorous anyway. So we're always in pictures. But I will admit, I've not taken one single picture here. And I wonder at times if that is because I don't see myself. I don't see myself as maybe as pretty enough or worthy enough to be in all the pictures. If I look back at this trip, what am I going to have to look back at this trip? Of course, I have memories, but why am I not having myself in pictures? I've talked about this with my business besties, that it just seems as though it speaks volumes that I'm not taking pictures of myself or showing them having a good time. When I'm in Indianapolis here, when I was with them in Cancun 2 weeks ago, we took plenty of pictures and I posted it up, but I haven't been able to do that on here. So what does that say about me? What does that say when we're not putting ourselves in the pictures of a place that we are visiting when we're enjoying ourselves? Why am I like, oh, it doesn't matter? It does matter. I should be able to look back at this time and say, oh, I remember being at the garage, or I remember being at the art museum. Think about that. No, I'm not holding myself down. I'm keeping myself accountable. And I don't have my girls around to do it. And my boyfriend, he doesn't like taking pictures, but I need the pictures for the memories. I need to see myself in those pictures. I'm going to take pictures today. I don't know if I'll be as cute as I was on Monday, though, but that's neither here nor there. Hold yourself down. Make sure that you are glamorous for you. The third thing was grit. Grit. Let me tell you, I've been so tired on this trip. And God bless my boyfriend, because we went to the movies yesterday to see 65. And every once in a while, I kind of started to doze. But I mean, what can you do except get the sleep that you need to get? Again, self-care. I more so want to say, oh, but I want to do everything. I want to go to the movies. I want to go to the garage. I want to go walking. I want to go shopping. We haven't been to Circle Center Mall. I just want to see everything and how it was. And it's different than what it was 3 years ago. So thank you. I feel you on the pictures, the picture thing. I hate pictures that show me disabled in my wheelchair. And you know what, Anthony? I think that's why I don't take the pictures. And the girls are the ladies are nice enough to say, oh, just put the cane out of it. They help me with that. They say, just put the cane out of it if I'm so worried about it. And sometimes I take it with the cane because, to be honest, it's part of me now. I have to use the cane. We got a walker. We got a rollator that my sister lent to me for this trip. I haven't used it yet, but I'm okay with using it. Now, we'll see if I'm okay with it being in a picture with me. But I agree with you. We're keeping ourselves out of pictures. And when we look back at those pictures later, we're going to wonder, well, wait, I went on that trip too. Why aren't there any pictures of me? Take the picture. I know that it's hard, but we have to be sure that we use that grit, that we are determined enough to take the picture anyway. Also, with that grit, I want to say we are in an Airbnb, and I noticed this earlier about me. Anxiety is really bad for MS because you're struggling with the things you feel anxious about. And the MS is still there. And it throws me. So I make sure that I'm as comfortable as possible in someone else's home, because it is what it is. I'm in someone else's home. So I brought my towel. I've talked about this before, but I brought my towel, and it just makes me feel comfortable. And I saw a difference in myself. I got out of the shower and I was like, okay, now this is good. This wraps around me. It calms me, makes me feel like I have what I need to have. And I don't need everybody else's things to make me feel comfortable. I need my things to make me feel comfortable. I don't need my boyfriend to tell me that I'm wonderful, or even that he loves me. Because I said this morning, I said, I love you. And I think a lot of people, when they say I love you, they expect to hear it back. And I didn't hear it back. But him hearing it also makes me feel really good about myself, because that's how I feel. And being in a relationship is hard on anyone, but to have MS added to it, I don't care if you're in a relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, it is hard to think that someone sees past the multiple sclerosis. And yes, that's who we are. There will be a time when that's all we have is the memories. Exactly. There will be a time when all we have is the memories. So you just lost your mom on the 5th of this month. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that because my first cousin just lost his father. So his uncle just passed, but within the 5 years, he's lost two brothers and his father. And I've heard from my boyfriend, actually, he lost his mother, and it makes a difference. So I'm sorry to hear that. And that probably is a lot of stress on you. So we do have to make sure that we have the memories. My parents are 78 and 72, and they love looking back at the pictures. And I started to order hard copies of pictures because my dad was just like, where are the pictures of the kids, his great grands? Why aren't there pictures of the kids? And I'm just like, there are pictures that's on our phone. It's on our phone, but he needs a hard copy to see it. And we need the hard copies later on to see what it is that we were a part of. So those are memories that we have. And Anthony, if you probably do have pictures of your mom, and you'll be able to look back and see, I have pictures of my mom and me. And that's important. And I bet it's so calming, probably, I mean, more calming than my towel, but it's something that you need to comfort yourself. Um, we need all of it, the grace, the glamour, and the grit. And we need to go ahead and keep up whatever it is that brings us joy, because it makes a difference. So I want you all to know that you said thanks. And yeah, it is very stressful. Yeah, I can only imagine. I shudder to think that, I mean, my parents are 78 and 72, and the truth is, they have less days in front of them. And that is scary. That is scary because I can't imagine. But I hope that you remember her, that you're prayerful, you know that she's with you always. I want you guys to know that I'm going to do an interview. We're going to be interviewing my boyfriend and me by Sharonda Green Christopher. She's the divine dating expert, and she is going to interview us about dating with multiple sclerosis, being in a relationship when you have multiple sclerosis. And he is going to interview with me about the dating part. And I am divorced, so I'm going to go back and talk also with my ex-husband about what being married was like when it comes to multiple sclerosis. So we're going to have both. So please, at different times, of course, but please put some questions in the awareness group for MS, or even on YouTube, and we will talk soon. And I will definitely take your questions under see, there it goes. I talk too much and I came to a word that I'm struggling with, under advisement. Hey, got it. Thanks for the encouragement. You are so welcome. And I will keep you in my prayers. That's hard. That's really hard. Keep you in my prayers. So we will see you later, Anthony and everybody. Remember, put some questions in there about relationships. Bye.